Why do some of the best players in the world seek out people who are experts in biomechanics? In this video, we're going to take a look at the work that an expert, Jaques Rivet, based over at Terre Blanche at the Biomechanics Swing Centre, and have a look at how he uses his unique approach of biomechanics, anatomy and the golf swing, and relates all of this back to how you move as an individual and how he can help maximize your performance and make you understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and how you can maximize your improvement.
Oh my God, wow.
So we're here in October, end of the season, but we are going to go back to the start of the year, which was in March, over in Terre Blanche. That's in southern France for anyone wanting to know, and it's about 40 minutes north of Nice. I was there visiting Jaques Rivet. Who is JJ? He is the absolute GOAT of biomechanics. He is the original OG. Everything that he does has been sort of copied by people, if you like, or he was the original of looking at ground forces. If this is something you're interested in, and you can answer the following 3 questions. Do you want to improve your game? Do you want to get more enjoyment out of the game? And do you want to lower your handicap? If you answer all 3 of those yes, make sure you click that subscribe button. Anyway, back to going to see JJ. JJ is like, you're in there at his studio and it is a who's who of world golf on the wall. Thanking him. You're going Nick Faldo, Seve Ballesteros, Nick Price. You look at Lydia Ko when she was world #1. You've got Matteo Manacera, world #1 amateur. You've got major winners now, Francesco Molinari. All these guys, I've thanked JJ, including Justin Rose, for helping them with their golf swing. And he is doing it understanding foot mechanics and the body. He does this on such a level that he's able to get the maximum out of your body and help you understand how your body moves, relating the swing to how you move, and then having a look at the areas within your game that give you the most power, unique to you, but also then having a look at the areas that are limiting you.
Everybody has a signature. No, you know that
Yes.
all our signatures are different from the one to the other, so we have some motion which are easy to do, and some which are absolutely at the opposite of what we are naturally are able to do. So in your discussion, in our discussion, you will see how you are able to manage a trajectory you like, and we'll see if this trajectory is linking with your signature. Yes. Maybe it's going to be linked, maybe not. If not, we'll discuss why do you like this. And if you really want to get that, we'll find some solution which are in your body to be able, to maintain this trajectory. But you will also know how your body is able, to perform maybe a ball better.
And I'd be right in saying as well that down here you'll also work with players to, if they are sometimes doing things that they are moving in a particular way to avoid an injury, you will work around the right things for their body to give them the longevity for their careers as well.
Absolutely. The best movement is a fluid movement. When you have fluidity in the movement, that's where you have coordination. If you have coordination, it means that all your muscles work in sync. If all the muscle work in sync, they don't act badly, on the joints and on the parts they are fixed on the bone. So for sure, a swing which is fit to your signature, which is easy to reproduce, and which is effortless, means a swing that you can get for your life.
In the testing area here, we are starting to have a look on the plates of where the weight is moving front to back on your feet, not from a movement standpoint, but just actually stood still.
Let's go.
If you look at your posture then, you can just step on the 2 plates.
Do you need me to tell you anything that I've been struggling with?
At the start, we don't want to know anything.
Okay.
And after we'll discuss. Perfect. But we need to be clear and to have
no
just yeah.
Okay. So you step on it, you put the feet on the same location regarding the footprint. Okay. Now you take natural posture. posture, like in everyday life. You look in front of you. You step on the 2 plates. You can just step on it. You put the feet on the same location regarding the footprint. Okay. Now you take natural posture, like in everyday life. You look in front of you. You step on the 2 plates. You can just step on it. You put the feet on the same location regarding the footprint. Okay. Now you take natural posture, like in everyday life. You look in front of you. You do not try to find a special location.
Okay.
Just look at the
Okay.
one, the globality. And I will ask you to stay on this position during 1 minute without speaking or moving.
Okay.
Okay? Ready?
Yeah.
So we start. Go. Step of the
Yeah.
plate.
So here we have 3 main things we are looking at. First thing is the repartition left to right. You have, of your weights.
On the right.
And what we see when you are in between 48 and 52 both sides, you're almost centered. 2% is considering like centering very well.
Okay.
So what I can say, you are very well centering. In the past, Sevi and all these guys, they were very coordinated and they were switching to the right and going to the left.
Yes.
If you have a good coordination, a very good coordination, you can fix that. Now with the level, he has been showing and demonstrating that it's very more easy just to turn around one axis and to try to keep that.
Okay, yes.
So I will say you can do both, but when you are centering like you are, it's more easy to have access to a swing on one axis.
I mean, I like to see a swing that doesn't have much movement from side to side. But when we're rotating like this, we're going to be able to shift more weight about centrally, aren't we? And it's easier to get more weight back to the ball and actually getting the strike rather than us moving side to side, which can be hard to time. It makes it a bit more consistent as well.
Exactly. And for sure, when you're on the balance, and you will see that, if I just turn my hand, if I stay on one axis and I turn my hand, the weight on my right foot will move.
And that's because the mass of your arms and the club is
Exactly.
shifting your mass over.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's a very good point. Second things, when you are on one axis, what we like is to have a dissociation of the force applied on the ground. Means that we want to create a couple of force. So the second thing is how can I let the force applied on my foot be able to go on 2 opposite directions. For that, I need to have the weight in the middle of my foot. If it's too much in the front, you have a lot of movement to go to the back and you will be almost in the front. Reverse, if you have too much in the back, which is more what we see in Asia, the people have different body type, you will be already in the heel, but you will have a lot of movement to go in the front. So if you are in the middle, it's easy to move on both ways. So here what we see, you are too much in the front.
Okay.
You have more than 40 millimeters in the front, where normally when we are 20, okay, it's limits. But when you are 40, I should see in your swing just after. I don't tell you what I'm thinking, but I will certainly see something which is more difficult to do in creating the couple of force.
Now I'm massively on the toes, and that's because I've done a lot of running. I've used to do a lot of track running, and track running is in spikes, which gets the weight near the front of the feet all of the time. And as he then said to me in the video, that the track running was great for me. I'm actually really well sort of positioned within my body to be good at running, but it's terrible for my golf game. So because what it's doing is it's putting me on my toes, which is making it harder for me to get the true balance points.
You see how you go? Okay. So that's the good point. The good news is that if I'm engaging the tibialis anterior, which are in the kinematic muscle chain linked with the quad, the glute, and the abs, I rebalance my posture like it was originally.
Yes.
Okay? So it means that we have a possibility by engaging and developing this muscle to work after, if we need, on your repartition of force applied on the foot to be able to create the motion we want.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So just would like to go a little bit further. Just take this posture like this. Yeah. Okay. And this angle you have here I don't want you to increase this angle. So standing up slowly, but don't increase this angle on the back. standing up, up, you increase, Keep this, you see on my hands, all this part, you don't have to move.
Okay.
So extend your legs, yeah. Extend the legs, okay. And now you go up, okay. Just flex from here and not in the, okay, all right. And go up, all right. And now put your toe up. Okay, relax. Up. Don't keep that. All right. So here I can tell you we should have a problem in the hamstring.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, yes.
So the next part of the testing here with JJ was to have a look in the gym at the simple test that he uses to show how your body wants to move. So what you are like from upper body rotation, stability, lower body rotation, flexibility, and he tests all of these. Because we've been on a plane today and sat down for a little period of time, I find if I sit for a long time that this gets quite tight. And if I'm tired, then this is actually quite sore.
Okay.
So it feels just really, really tight at the minute.
That's why now when you will make the test with Thibault, tell him on every test where you have a tension.
Okay.
Because before we'll make the session, we want to improve the best we can all the tension you may have in the muscle.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we design, these few tests you will see are tests we are included in our Open Tour Performance Institute as well on the Biomechanics Swing Center. That's the first test, which are, I would say, the crucial test you need to do to understand, for example, on this one, the quality you will have, to keep, the right elbow not floating, at the backswing for a right-hander, and when you are, on the downswing after impact, how you will able to avoid the chicken wing on this side.
Okay, you can go left foot in front of the right and turn. Don't move your right.
That's very good.
Yeah, perfect. Good 80 degrees. Let's do the same motion on the left. Okay. A bit harder.
Yeah.
70 degrees.
70, okay. The normality is 65.
Okay.
If you want to work, when you work, you have a dissociation between hips and shoulder.
Yes.
And you need to have a minimum of 65 degrees there to be able, to have your spine will stay aligned when you work.
Yes.
In the golf swing, what we like to see is for sure to be over, this distance. All the lower body is working like a shock absorber, like your car shock absorber. So if you want to absorb and to transmit, the force you get from the ground to the hands and the club, you need to be always in contact with the ground. Once again, we are checking your shock absorber lower body to see how it's able to transmit, the energy from the ground to your club heads.
Perfect. Yes, perfect. Yes. Touch the wall. Yes, perfect. You can do external rotation on both sides. Okay, 35, 45. We keep the.
Yeah. You need to. Yeah.
Really keep this.
You can this one. You can stay there if you want. Put your arms like this, but keep touch my hand. Touch my hand.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Okay, and you go. Up. It's maximum that.
Okay,
30 and 40.
40.
Yeah.
Okay. You can relax and let's do same motion but inside.
Keep my hand. Okay, so that's 15.
That one's hard.
Yeah. So here we can see in your swing, I should be able, to know if there is some lack of action. I will know from where it comes, because normally we are at 40 degrees both side, external and internal.
Was that 14, 35, and 15?
Yeah. So externally it works, it's good, but internally, you have restrictions. That means that when you are going to the backswing, if you don't have the capacity, to rotate here,
Yes.
inside and to rotate here,
Yes.
means that when you will be, to the backswing, we may see your legs or your foot. We will have a tendency to go on that side, and on the other side, maybe going too quick to the top. Maybe not, but I will know if it happens. I will know from where it comes. And once again, if there is any restriction like before, just mention it to.
Yeah, if you feel
On that
tension
internal one, I felt
Yeah.
it on my thighs.
Okay, size. Okay.
Okay. The left hand on right knee and down the shoulders and the maximum. Okay. 75, 78.
You have a tension?
There.
Okay.
Near the scapula.
Scapula? Okay.
And in between.
Okay, that's just on the front of T11.
Okay. We'll do the same motion on the left. Okay. Okay, you can relax. 68.
So here, 70, almost on both sides, means that the dissociation that you will be able to create in between a resisting lower body and a shoulder which is turning is not very strong.
I used to be quite a decent runner and competed and what have you, but I could never get close to touching my toes. The best I could ever get to was about there, and that was with rigorous stretching and what have you. Now, might be another reason for that, but I've never been able to get close to touching my toes.
I will tell you a kind of secret of all the data we get, on the tour, but real running is not very good, not working well with golf. Because when you are running and when you are a decent runner, when you make some good results, you always work with the front of your toe. So you are expert in the front of your toe. And in the swing, we want to work from the middle to the back to the front. So if there is something to do to improve your cardio, it's better to make bicycle, or even better to make elliptic, because the foot are on the flat surface and they work automatically. And essentially, the elliptic, is the best for a golfer, because you work with the movement of the knees, with a dissociation of the body,
Yes.
but never on the toe. Always with all the foot.
And I used to be a track runner, so I used to have spikes on 3 times.
So
a
you
week.
can understand.
Yes.
You are an expert on your toe. So maybe we'll see on your swing that you're able to make some crazy things, on your toe. But if you want to improve and to make it more simple and so on, certainly, you will have to work differently.
Yes.
And maybe to shoes you can run. I have guys on the tour who love running. They love running. So they run, but when they finish to run, they come to the gym and they make all the stretch, to rebuild, their body.
Yes.
And after they make another workout for cardio, where they respect, the footworks.
Yes.
So you can mix.
Okay.
You can continue to. It's not because you are a golfer, but you may love running.
Yeah.
So it's good, but you need to know that running is not good for your golf.
Okay.
So you still continue to have fun by running, but after you need to rebuild your body to go to the golf.
Okay.
So now you get your hamstring, so you're going to go on the table.
This will make you laugh.
Let's see.
To relax. Okay. You let me know when it's starts to be.
That's done.
Okay. So you feel a big tension?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Show me. I just would like to test. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wow. I see you stopping. I say, what do you do?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so your shock absorber, shock absorber on the lower body works like on a car racing. If you make the Paris-Dakar, the off-road rally, and you have the best engine you can, and you have no shock absorber, you will be beaten by a little car with a less good engine, but with very good shock absorber.
Yeah.
Because every time, you can transmit, the force from the ground, or from the engine to the ground for a car, and for a golfer from the ground to the to the club. So it's going to be very important for us before you, okay, no, we first analyze, your swing, but for sure, we need to see how we can improve and work with the hamstring specifically, okay?
I'd been really lazy in 2018 and not done any practice. I'd just been so busy with life and work and loads of other things that I just hadn't found any time for my own golf game. It wasn't that I was too busy to do it, I just found other things to do instead of working at it. And it was after this visit that I became really enthused to work at my game once again. Not like ridiculously, but fitting it in around life. But what I was doing was, I was finding a way to make a turn, because I knew that my body was tight and I knew I wasn't completing rotation. My swing had been the shortest it had ever been. It looked horrible. I didn't like where it was. Now I knew better than this, because I've been teaching people for years to load into their right heel and load and turn the body. I was doing the exact opposite, getting onto my toe, loading too much over to my right, which was making it difficult to get back, and I was coming up out of posture because I was trying to get a fuller turn and a longer backswing. So I was doing all the classic mistakes that I tell people not to do. I know better than this, but it's so difficult, like you guys are, that when you're stuck in the moment of just on your own and just trying things out, I've got a studio that I can have a look at it. I didn't even do that. I just came out and hit shots. That's just such a bad error on my part.
Let's see how you manage your backswing. We see that you are going very quickly to the 70% there. And when you go here, you see you're 81. Wow. So 81, you are almost on one leg. So you are doing, you switch from an axis of rotation in the middle of your body to an axis of rotation on the right. It's a shame, because we see that when we make your posture, you're certainly one of the best we see. You are totally aligned. Yeah. So you are not working with your, with your strength of posture. For you, it should be easy, just to rotate and to keep the axis of rotation. But we see also that you have some restriction on the upper body, restriction in the arms, restriction in the lower body. So when you try to find, some rotation by moving to the right, because certainly you maybe not trust totally that you will be able, to have a very shorter swing, which will be strong enough to create some power. But I can tell you, yes. And that's why you try to get some extra rotation. But by trying to get some extra rotation, maybe due to the fact that you have this restriction in your body, you lose coiling.
So hopefully you guys have enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed going to see him. Maybe not because I was there in person, but there's so much great information in there. And it's that holistic view that it was getting to. Now what we're going to do is have a look on the next video of what we did in order to start to apply this in terms of changes. What we did in terms of drills, how we did it, and then we're going to follow that up again in a third video and show you guys how I've been applying it at home, and the findings that I've had within my game, and the improvements that I've had throughout the season.